There we go.
Hey there.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Annie. And we're the Pickleball Chicks. And today we have a very special guest, Courtney Johnson. Courtney is the director of officiating for Major League Pickleball.
Thank you, ladies, so much for having me on.
It was so fun to meet you in Daytona. Oh my gosh.
Y'all are the cutest, and your color scheme is my favorite color. So of course we instantly became best friends.
Oh, I just love that. And when we met you, you were being celebrated. You received the Unsung Hero Award. Wow.
That was really cool. And you know what? Everybody should celebrate you.
Oh, y'all are so sweet. No, it was a big surprise, but very generous of them to give me the award.
Well, we must say that you are a fan fave. When you were receiving that award, the crowd was cheering so loudly. Rebecca, remember we were there to record a podcast with the Pickleball Posse at Pictona.
And we sat there, and everybody that we were sitting by in our little area, they were telling us all about the award, all about you. And Annie's like, oh my God, let's get over there. We need to meet her. She sounds like one of us.
Aw, that's awesome. I didn't even look at the crowd when I was receiving the award. I was just so flabbergasted that they were giving me an award. I was like, really? Thank you. So I didn't know what anything else was going on.
That's funny. That's funny. Yeah. So Courtney, how did you actually get into officiating? How did the whole thing, how has your pickleball journey been, and how did it start?
Well, I started playing just like with, I feel like everyone in pickleball, I started playing back in 2012, but in Texas, we didn't really start having tournaments till maybe 2017, 2018. So these tournaments needed referees. So obviously I was like, well, what do I need to do? Let me help. And so back in 2017, I started officiating, and then I kind of figured out I kind of like this. So I really wanted to become certified and just get that highest level of certification with USA Pickleball. So in 2018, I became a certified referee. So that just means I'm extra nerdy. So
we love it.
Good. Reffing isn't for everyone, but I really feel like I have a good demeanor. I'm able to communicate well with players. So it's just really been a lovely fit. And I love helping out the pickleball community.
Oh, that is so wonderful. And, I have to say one thing. We forgot, I'm so sorry, to announce our word of the day and our drink of the day. We're so excited to talk with you that we completely forgot about that. So
I have to say, Annie, all three of us were on the courts probably 15 minutes ago.
We are all hot off the courts. Where did you come from, Courtney? Which court were you playing on today?
So I was actually playing at Chicken and Pickle in Grand Prairie. And so I'm sorry. I look like I haven't showered. I was so sweaty this morning. So I will be showering after this.
Well, you look fantastic.
Annie, were you out today playing? You were out right on the court. I mean, I couldn't get a hold of you. You were out doing something.
Marco Island. It was so fun. I have one more day of play here tomorrow, and then I will be back in Minnesota. How about yourself, Rebecca?
Well, I'm in Minnesota, and it's still chilly, but I was playing at Mega Pickle and Pong in Chanhassen, Minnesota, and I have to do a shout out to all those girls that I played with today. And a couple of them are looking for partners in our tournament. Oh my God, Courtney, I wish you lived here.
Yes.
Because we have got a cool thing coming up. Anyway, long story short, we've all gotten our exercise in for today.
Well, that is great. So our word of the day is court. Ooh. And our drink of the day is the pink court. And it's a little champagne with raspberries. And speaking of, it's your birthday week, we heard. So
Today is
Yes.
actually my birthday.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my
Happy
goodness.
birthday to you. Hey, happy birthday to
to
you.
you.
Woo-hoo! Happy
No, no.
birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Thank y'all.
Oh, well, Courtney, your name has the word court in it. So shall we, ladies?
We shall.
Cheers.
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 Nothing like having
Absolutely.
a drink during the day.
Well,
Right? Hello.
I love it. Well, now that we've taken care of some very important business, let's get back to your story. It is so interesting. So in 2017,
Mhm.
Hey,
Is-
Annie,
yes,
I have to just say one thing.
yes.
Courtney, what are you doing for your birthday this evening? Are you, I mean, that's almost like top of our news, isn't it?
True.
It's I've had the best day so far. So this morning, one of my very bestest friends, Melissa, organized a group of 8 ladies to play at Chicken and Pickle. Then we had lunch. They all brought gifts. It was just so generous and such a good time. So we played for 2 hours, had lunch. Then obviously I'm chatting with you ladies. And then tonight, the hubby and the daughter will be taking me out to dinner.
Oh, now
So
you
a
have
perfect day.
friends.
Yes, perfect day is right. How nice. Well,
Yeah.
once again, happy birthday. And thank you for being with us on your birthday.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Oh, gosh. Well, I think Rebecca said it best. When we met you in Daytona, we're like, wow, this lady is just super fantastic. And all of the things that you are doing to grow the sport, we just are fascinated by your involvement. And we really want to get back to that. Continue, please, to share with us details about how you've gotten started and kind of where you're at.
Absolutely.
And did you
Absolutely.
officiate anything else?
Did I initiate what? Say that again.
Have you officiated any other sports before this?
Officiate volleyball. So my background is in volleyball. I coached club volleyball a little bit, so I had to officiate at tournaments and whatever. But no, other than the just occasional volleyball match, no, I have no officiating experience in any sport. Like I said, I just kind of fell into pickleball officiating and I kind of liked it. And so I obviously got certified with USA Pickleball. I have a passion for training others on how to referee. So I've cut back a lot nowadays because I've just gotten a lot busier with Major League Pickleball. But I will host training classes for other people interested in learning how to be a pickleball referee. So honestly, any local tournament in my Texas area, I am more than happy to help out. I do a lot of referee coordination. So any PPA tournament that comes to Texas, so they have the Texas Open, which is 15 minutes from my house. And then the Austin Open, obviously I have to travel a little for that, but I will be the referee coordinator for those. And I absolutely love it. I'm hiding behind a computer clicking a button, but at least I get to interact with the referees and I really enjoy that. So yeah, my life is half pickleball, half full-time day job. I hope to one day become full-time pickleball, but we're not quite there yet.
That's so fascinating. And really now, so you are officiating at MLP, PPA, APP?
So I officiate at all the Major League Pickleball. I don't officiate at the PPA Texas tournaments because I'm doing the referee coordination, which is I can't do both. It's either one or the other.
Okay.
APP, the only time APP has come to Texas was in Houston, and I had a conflict that weekend. I did travel to the APP New York Open last year, which was at Flushing Meadows. Ladies, it was I had to go. It's like, this is where the US Open tennis tournament is, and we're having a pickleball tournament there. I need to go.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's actually the only APP tournament I have officiated at. And then let's see, for USA Pickleball, we have our Mid-South Regional tournament coming up. I won't officiate there because I'm the referee coordinator. So
okay.
if I'm not out on the court, I'm usually behind the desk as the referee coordinator.
So fascinating. So Rebecca and I played our first PPA tournament at the Bubbly in Vegas.
Oh, I was there. Awesome.
And we just were so enamored with the space, with the referees, and just really loved it. So now our bar is set here because it was such a great experience.
And the officiating, I mean, they had 2 officials, refs at each court.
Yes.
I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah. I'm so glad that y'all had a good experience.
Oh, it was the best. I mean, it exceeded our expectations. You know, I will say, though, again, regarding expectations, now the PPA is in trouble because that's our expectation. So now we played in a few others, and it was just so phenomenal in Vegas. Not that we haven't had other great experiences, because we have. Very different. We were in Minnesota, our home state, for the PPA, and then also the Daytona PPA tournament we played in.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yes. So much fun.
We're trying to keep ourselves right at the 4.550. We're not.
I was like, dang, y'all are good. I mean, come on.
I mean, you are what you tell yourself you are. I mean, act as if.
There you go.
We have some really weird mantras that we say when we go to bed every night.
Oh my God. I love it. So how long have y'all been playing? I mean, that 4.550 is probably achievable.
Well, we are working on it. So we started playing about 1.5 years ago in Marco Island.
Okay.
And then once we went back to Minnesota last summer, I guess it really was, that's really when we played quite a bit at Mega Pickle and Pong and started taking lessons and things and coaching and all that good stuff. But we are pickleball obsessed, and you too. Not only are you the director of officiating, but you love to play pickleball.
I do. I don't get to play as much these days as I used to, but I do still love playing. Like this morning, playing at Chicken and Pickle with my girls. It was perfect. I had the best time.
That's cool. We've been trying to get to that location.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna love. Have you been to any of the Chicken and Pickle locations?
No, we should have went to the one in Daytona, but man, did we have our day full, so we just could not, and we wanted to, didn't we, Annie?
Is there one in Daytona, a Chicken and Pickle?
I thought there was.
Someone had told us that there was. So I don't know.
We're there, so
I think maybe in the future they're going to come to Florida, but they're just in like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas right now.
Texas. And don't they have some fabulous courts there?
They do.
Ooh.
I just had to take a sip.
Drinking.
You know, I just love this Corkosil glass that I have here. Have you ever used the Corkosil?
Yes, I love that brand. My husband has a canteen that he uses all the time. Yes, love Corksicle, or however you say it.
However you say it.
And I have to just say,
excuse me, I inhaled my drink.
While you're choking,
one of the raspberries.
That Shrek Lover 420 is saying hello and happy birthday to you, Courtney. I don't know if you can see it on your end, but I just wanted to let you know that coming in and yeah.
That is so wonderful. Yeah. And it is special to have you here on your birthday again. Thank you so much. I have a really fun question.
Okay.
I have noticed, thank you. I have noticed that the outfits for officiating change from
Ooh, yeah.
MLP
Mhm.
to PPA to we've got to talk about the Pickleball Slam here coming up too.
Yes.
Yes.
Those were hot outfits.
So who choose the outfits?
Yeah.
For the Pickleball Slam, that was so for the Pickleball Slam, K-Swiss was a sponsor. And so
Okay.
we were decked out in head-to-toe K-Swiss. And honestly, that's the first time that we've had a sponsor as a referee. That's the first time we've had a sponsor just deck us out from head to toe. Shoes, shirts, skirts, and shorts, hats, like the whole 9 yards.
Well,
It
I
was
have to say,
impressive.
it was. I
loved
liked
it.
the look. That's so fun.
So what's your favorite outfit that you get to wear, Courtney?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably, I really did enjoy the K-Swiss skirts at the Pickleball Slam for the amateur event. The Sunday event with the legends that was televised on ESPN. Obviously, I had to wear black slacks, but I really did enjoy the fun little pleated skirts. I don't know, but maybe my favorite is probably my MLP. My orange shirt, like my bright orange shirt, and then just black slacks.
Yes.
Mhm.
So could
Yeah.
you ever mix things up and change things up since you're,
Well, I mean, I guess I could, but all of our referees, like the standard, referee uniform is just black slacks. And then whatever, like the PPA, they have their own shirts. USA Pickleball and APP, we wear the white USA Pickleball shirts. But I don't know. I mean, I could probably mess with the shirt colors instead of like orange. Maybe we could go with like that Margaritaville turquoise,
Ooh,
right? That might be kind of cool.
Yes.
So, but obvious, like the bottoms, I think black slacks look the most professional and they look the best. But occasionally, like maybe like a longer skirt. I don't know. Like I got a lot back there, so I can't wear short skirts. We don't want to be showing everyone.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is so fun. And so interesting to hear about the outfits. I mean, we've noticed the outfits, and that's really cool. And as far as Major League Pickleball goes, and let's see, we have 6 events each year. Is that right? About 6 events?
Yes, for the 2023 season, we will have 6 events.
Okay. And do you travel to all 6 events then?
Yes. So those are really the only tournaments that I actually travel to. I normally don't travel for pickleball tournaments. Like I said earlier, I just work the Texas ones. But yes, every single Major League Pickleball event I will be at. And then obviously when they asked me to do the Pickleball Slam with those amazing legends, I was like, yes, I will do that. Yes.
I think I'll do that. Well, that is so cool. Exactly. Tell us a little bit more about that. What was that like with those 4 legends on the court?
Yeah.
Honestly, it like just the names when they told me who was going to be playing, I was like, oh, wow, these guys are really going to be playing pickleball. This is amazing. So I was happy to be involved. I had to organize referees for the amateur tournament that was the 2 days prior to the event. So that was fun getting all those referees organized. And then I really didn't know how Sunday, the main event, the main Pickleball Slam was going to go, but everyone was really good at communication. We got there really early. The whole officiating team got there really early. So we knew where everyone was going to stand. I got to meet with the players for like 5 minutes right before like literally 15 minutes before we were supposed to be on court and ready to go. I had requested to have a meeting with those guys. These guys had never played pickleball before. They didn't have they don't know what the role of the referee was.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that. Oh.
Never. So I really wanted to give them an opportunity to ask me any questions that they needed to.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it was a very quick 5-minute meeting. And I don't know if you watched on ESPN the actual show, but at one point when I called Andy Roddick on the fault when he stuck his paddle in the non-volley zone, he volleyed and then he stuck his paddle in the kitchen. I called a fault and he was like, well, you didn't explain that rule to me. And I said, well, I didn't have time to explain the entire rule book. So it was a lot of fun. Like, all of those guys were an absolute pleasure to work with. I think the whole atmosphere, the crowd, the energy of the spectators, I think it all went really, really well.
Who was your favorite player?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably Michael Chang, because he was like the only one that really asked me questions on like, hey, what is this rule, or how does this rule go? What if this happens? What do I do? And I was like, oh, he's actually asking me questions. Yes, so I really appreciated that. He really showed an interest in like the rules part of the game.
Yeah.
So, but they were all, even when McEnroe was yelling at me, I was like, oh, you're fun.
I wanted to ask you about that because there was a lot of hype before the Pickleball Slam, that McEnroe is known for really his antics. And so what were you thinking about that before the event? Did you have any
concerns? Were you prepping yourself for some craziness?
I was really mentally prepared because I'm not a super big tennis person. Excuse me. But I obviously knew all those names. So my husband was actually the one that was like, hey, McEnroe's going to give you, like, he has a reputation.
Right.
So I kind of like mentally prepared for being yelled at. Excuse me. I think being out on court, excuse me.
Yes. Good.
I'm trying not to choke here.
I'm so sorry that the drink has sent you to the edge.
Yes.
On your birthday.
Yeah, thank you. How did Courtney die? She choked on her drink. I don't know. On her birthday.
It was lengthy.
On her birthday. Oh my gosh.
I know. My goodness. So no, I do think he kind of had that reputation to live up to. So I knew he was going to give me a little bit of pushback, but I didn't feel that he was doing it out of like anger. I think he was just kind of frustrated sometimes.
So. You know, I think you're right. It was really fun for us, at least, to watch, knowing that you were the official. It was just so cool. We really enjoyed it. You did such a wonderful job. And hey, did you meet Steffi? Is it Groff?
Yes.
Steffi Groff?
Steffi Groff. I did not get to meet her personally. The only time I really saw her was when McEnroe gave her his paddle and she hopped out on court and played a few rallies.
Yes.
So, but other than that, no, I didn't really get to, canoodle with the stars.
Well, what was your biggest highlight when you were there? Because the whole experience, I'm sure, was spectacular for you because you're kind of behind the scenes.
Yes, it is really interesting just to see behind the scenes of how these big events operate and work and just all the moving parts.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole thing was just really, I guess, finishing the match and just having a clean finish. The winners were announced, like just at the very end when everything went well. I got great feedback from the organizers of the event. They were like, you did amazing. You did a great job. Thank you so much. I was like, okay, It's time. I mean, I can relax. It's time for, and mama needs a drink. It's time to relax. So I guess the highlight for me was at the end, everything went well. The feedback was wonderful. So that was the best part for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there were a lot of fans there. I don't remember what the numbers were, but a lot of people.
A few thousand. I'm not quite sure what the numbers were, but yes, there were quite a few spectators. It was impressive.
We were going to be there, but we just couldn't. There's always so much going on, but we wanted to be there. We were planning on it. And
we wanted to. We certainly wanted to next time, but boy, such an interesting event, and it was a successful first event. Yes. So I'm sure there will be more. We'll be seeing you on the Pickleball Slam court again, I bet.
And I wonder, Courtney, is there? They had their big names in tennis at the first slam. So where do they go from here? Have they talked about different players, or maybe? I mean, is it always going to be tennis players, or is it going to move into maybe celebrities, or you know what I mean? Like, have you heard anything on that?
No, gosh, thank goodness I'm not involved with all of that. Yeah. I stay in my lane and I do my officiating. I'm like, you just bring me in when you need me. But if I had to guess, it would probably be another round of tennis players. Okay. Because I think those guys, those tennis legends, their names brought in a whole bunch of viewers and a whole bunch of spectators. And they were pretty darn good. Like they were, 4.0, 4.5 pickleball players. Wow. I mean, they were not bad. So maybe, I don't know, maybe at the next event, it might be cool to see a round of a tennis female legends, like the female players. Ooh. So, but like I said, I have no idea. I am not involved. That's way above my pay grade.
Well, you know what? Just let us know if there's, I don't know. I wanted to say Rob Lowe, but does anybody know who he is anymore?
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, I don't know. I think that it's going to be pretty interesting to see who all plays. And one of the things I wanted to kind of circle back to, if you don't mind, our rules.
Oh, yes.
Because we have posted on our Instagram some official rules on and off, and people really want to know the rules. Now, I was kind of curious. I'm kind of curious. We noticed that USA Pickleball was soliciting for feedback where you could share your feedback for rules. And we had noticed that they were offering the opportunity for people like us who are playing or our listeners to share their thoughts. And we just found that fascinating. We heard that the new rules will come out. Are they always coming out in December of each year? Is that how that works?
January.
Okay.
So they will release the new rules, but in December, but they aren't in effect until January 1st of the next year. Okay. And I think that process at USA Pickleball, because they're our governing body, they are responsible for all the rules, the rule book. Yeah, they give USA Pickleball members, you do have to be a member to submit a rule change request. But they give us a window to submit ideas. And one year I was on the rules review committee and we reviewed every single submission. So it is a thorough process. I assure you, if you submit a rule change request, it will be reviewed and it will be voted on. And if it votes to pass, it'll move on to the next step. So if anyone, people, there are so many complainers out there. It's like, okay, if you don't like the rule, then you can submit a rule change request.
Yes. There you go.
For it.
I love it.
We could do something for fun, Annie. Like, just something customized to the pickleball chicks.
Well,
Oh
you
my
must wear pink on the court.
Yeah. Oh, Court.
And change the name Ernie to Chicks.
Mm.
Ooh.
You know what? In my game today,
That's not a rule, but
my partner had an Ernie.
what?
Yes.
Really?
Nice.
Mhm,
Nice.
mhm.
I did too.
That's awesome.
I
Oh,
did
did
it
you?
myself.
I'm
You
thinking.
hit. I was gonna say.
I you're on to her, Courtney.
I am. I got
Can I
you.
tell you? It only took me 20 years. So you're good. You're really good.
Courtney, I
Yep.
love that you find my humor somewhat humorous. So thank you on your special
Girl,
day.
I got you. I'm right there with you. Laughter is the lifeblood of
Oh.
like everything. I love. Yes, I love. If you're cracking jokes, I'm right there with you.
Oh, I love it. And it's so true. And that's one of the cool things about pickleball. It's brought so much joy to all of our lives. And
Yeah.
laughter is certainly one of the things that it has brought to all of us. And I know we didn't spend a lot of time on rules, but gosh, maybe you could just highlight a new rule or two. I know when we saw you in Daytona, you shared
Yeah.
a new rule. Is there anything that you'd like to share for our listeners?
Okay, yes. So this rule in particular, this USA pickleball rule, this one changed from 2022 to 2023. So say the wrong score was called.
Mm-hmm.
You have this in 2023. Say the wrong score was called, I serve. You have the opportunity to catch the ball and correct the score. Whereas in 2022, you couldn't stop the rally at all if a wrong score was called. Now in 23, if I serve it and you catch it, you can say, hey, the wrong score was called and there's no fault. But if I serve it and you return it, then you have to play the rally out and then fix the incorrect score call at the end of the rally. So you have you have up until that return of serve to fix an incorrect score call without any fault associated with it.
Mm-hmm.
And is that for
So-
amateur and pro? Not that the pro, I
yes.
don't know why the pro would be wrong, but
Yeah, that's across the board. And usually in amateur play with no referee, that's where this scenario, this rule pops up the most.
yeah.
Because usually in pro matches, they always have a referee. And usually the referee will catch, usually the ref will catch themselves if they do say the wrong score. But it's usually in non-officiated amateur play where this pops up the most.
Mm-hmm.
I find it fascinating that there are rules. And today we played, and I can't remember what the circumstance was, but the rule, I can't remember what it was, but they said, oh, that's only in the pros, not in the amateur. So there's a lot of rules that will be different in the level that you play.
Well, is that true? Or is that just opinion?
Ooh.
Say that again. You broke
I know
up.
what it was. Okay. This gal served the ball and it hit the net. And somebody said, can I redo it? And she said, only when in the pros. No.
Yes. So
Okay,
in the PPA, the pro division, and at MLP, if a serve hits the net and lands in the appropriate service box, it still has to be a good land in the correct area. That is a let, and that's a reserve. But in the rest of the pickleball world, amateur divisions, all APP tournaments, USA Pickleball, we don't replay lets. If I serve, it hits the net and lands in the appropriate service box, we play it. So yes, that let serve redo is only in the PPA Pro Division and MLP.
Okay. So in the amateur, if it hits the net and goes in the square, you are to play it.
You are to play it. Yep.
They did not. They did not play it. It all seemed a little weird and wonky.
See, that's why it behooves us to know the rules.
Exactly. Exactly. Here's one more rule question that actually has come up at the YMCA in Marco.
Okay.
There is a lady who's in charge of the pickleball group.
Who we
Everything.
love.
Jody. She does a great job. And she was talking about the line and when the ball hits the line or shadows the line. She was talking about that with another player, and they were asking the question, well, if it shadows the line, that's the same as hitting the line. And I just thought that was interesting. So I thought I would ask you.
What does shadowing
Well,
the line mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I was slightly confused. And so maybe we'll just leave it there.
Yeah. Honestly, y'all, line calling is like the biggest deal for people. The way it's written in the USA Pickleball rule book is that in order to call a ball out, you have to see space between the line and the ball.
Oh, okay, maybe that's.
And that's to help. I don't know. They've changed the wording of that rule, line calling, over the years because people don't understand that a pickleball doesn't compress as much as a tennis ball, for example. So really, the base of the pickleball is only about the size of a nickel, a quarter, probably a nickel. And so you have to look at the center of the ball. So honestly, the center of the ball could be out. The ball could be out, but you could have a little shadow over the line. It's like, well, the ball's still out, even though the side of the ball is still overhanging the line, that ball's still out.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense, Annie, what they were talking about then.
It does make sense when you think about it like that. That's great. And I know someone will benefit from that today because line calls are that sticking point. You play with those people who are generous or honest or what have you, then you play with those that really are quick to call it in or out or whatever the case may be. And it is one of those things that can sometimes cause a little bit of friction in the court.
Yep, agreed. I totally agree. And honestly, at MLP, I'm so happy that we use 4 courts and every single court has video challenges and cameras. Because what gets challenged the most? Line calls.
Yes.
So we have the ability to review a video challenge. If you want to challenge my line call, you are more than happy to. And so it's the big debate on whether or not line judges are better or instant replay. I'm just happy that MLP has the technology nowadays because our sport is still growing. It's still, we're still trying to, get more and more technology into our sport, which it costs money. So I'm happy that at all MLP events, we have video challenges available for the players just to make sure we get the right line call.
And that's kind of added some fun to it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it's fun. And I think line calling, I think at MLP events specifically, I think line calling will move in the direction of becoming more and more accurate. Like if it's close, players are playing it in because they don't want to call it out and be wrong and rob their opponent of a point or whatever. I think I see the trend of if it's close, we're playing it, which is good.
That's really a kind of a pickleball sport etiquette.
Yes,
is what you're kind of saying. That's what I've been kind of seeing too. Haven't you, Annie?
Yes. And that's one of the things I think we love about pickleball is the etiquette as well. And so hopefully it continues to rise and people have the joy of pickleball. And I always call it pickleball karma.
100%. Yes.
Have you ever noticed when someone calls a ball out and you're pretty sure it was in, did you ever notice that their next one doesn't go so well for them?
100%.
Karma on the court.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, now I'm choking.
Now, Courtney, we always have one question that we like to ask, and it's always interesting to see what people say. So tell us, if you could play partners for pickleball with anybody, and it wouldn't even have to be a pickleball person that we are familiar with. It could be just anyone because it's going to be social play. It's not going to be for the gold medals.
Okay.
Who would you choose and why?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
That maybe we should have forewarned you on that one.
No, okay. I think I've got a good answer. So Tyson Apostle, he does the MLP Insider podcast. He was on Survivor for like so many seasons. Anyways, he was one of the interviewers when I was on the MLP podcast, and I've met him a couple of times in person. And he's so fashionable. He always looks the best, and he has this really good energy. And I'll play with Tyson.
Okay, now we need to do a shout out to him.
Yes, we do.
He's awesome. Y'all, I met him one time, and at the next event, I saw him again. He was like, "Oh, hey, Courtney." And I was like, "You remember me?" I'm like, "You're like super famous." And yeah, he was like, "Of course I remember you."
Oh, well, I've got news for you. You are memorable.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. You're sweet. You're sweet.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So that's easy. Really.
Honestly, I try not to be memorable because a referee did their job. Like a referee did a good job if you can walk off the court and no one says anything about you. Like, I don't want anyone to complain about me, say anything about me. I just want to go off the court. I want to do my job, officiate your match, and then leave. So I usually consider myself like I did a good job if no one's talking about me. So that's why it was so weird at the Pickleball Slam. Everyone was commenting on my banter with the players. I'm like, y'all actually noticed me? That's weird.
Well, let's rephrase this. That is cool at the Pickleball Slam, but you as a woman, as a person, you are memorable. And we had the pleasure of meeting you and getting to know you just a little bit. And we just really think a lot of you. And so happy to have you with us today.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies, so much.
So go ahead, Annie.
Oh, no.
We haven't asked our couple of questions. Chipotle or Starbucks?
Ooh, Chipotle.
Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday.
Happy hour or brunch?
Oh, shoot. That's a tough one. Brunch.
Ooh,
yeah. Because I can have a mimosa and tie in my happy hour to brunch.
Yes, you can. Do you have a favorite champagne for your mimosas?
Oh, no. I'm not that bougie. I don't have Oh, what's your favorite champagne?
I do. Moet Chandon.
Okay.
Oh, the other thing that you should try, Courtney?
Yes.
You should try with your champagne if you go out for the next few weeks, actually, because you're going to probably celebrate your whole month. I know. Champagne and then a cantaloupe juice with a little bit of vanilla.
I'm sorry, cantaloupe juice?
Yes.
Where on earth do I get cantaloupe juice?
Well, you're going to have to get creative.
Okay.
That
was a previous
13-year-old daughter about that. She might be able to do that for you.
Yes.
Oh,
right after she gives you a dirty look.
Yeah. Like, what do you want, Mom? All right. Well, I will put that mimosa recipe in the brain.
Yes, please do. Please do.
Love it. And happy birthday to you. Thank you for joining us. And we hope to chat with you again very soon and maybe see you at the next MLP event.
Yes, the next MLP event's in San Clemente, California. So maybe I know that's kind of a trek for you guys, but it's gonna I've heard it's at a beautiful facility at the Lifetime Fitness facility in San Clemente. And I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Oh, well,
so
Annie,
cool.
we might make something happen. And if we do, we will for sure let you know because we'll want to get together and play a little pickleball.
Yes,
All
let's
there.
play.
Yes.
Ooh.
Count me in. I will be there.
Oh, I love it. Thanks again and happy birthday to you.
Thank you, ladies.
Courtney.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Have a great one, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Man.
Wow. Oh, wow. You know, Rebecca, it's time for something very special. Let's hit our review, shall we?
I love our special things.
Oh.
Hey, we're the Pickleball Chicks, and we're doing our review of the Oliver Thomas fabulous pickleball bags. The first one that I have on is the Cinch backpack. And I'm gonna have to say, I think it might be my favorite. It's in fuchsia pink.
Love it.
And if you knew all the exciting things in here, Annie and I have been giggling about how great it is. So not only is it lightweight, depending, I guess, what you have in it, but there are so many compartments, and Annie loves compartments, and I do as well. Now I do. Okay, so obviously you have your big section for, it'll fit 4 paddles. 4 paddles in this little backpack. Okay, so now I've got my little zipper. I put my phone right in here. Or my credit card in here, easy access, my keys, a couple other things I've got in here. I don't know how I fit so many things in here actually. So then, hey, maybe I'll just put my glasses in here so I can get them easily, just in this little pocket. And the coolest thing, I couldn't believe it actually had this. Let me see if I got all, yes, I've gotten all my little pockets, but the coolest thing is this. So there's a zipper on the bottom, which I've actually never seen with bags. Now check it out. My shoes are in here. My shoes are in here. So
Very cool.
I have my shoes, all of my stuff for pickleball, and a water, and it's stylish, and I'm going to use it even when I'm not on the pickleball court.
And I have been. I love it.
Okay, this is our second bag from Oliver Thomas. Now this is the Super Sling Pickleball Sling. Ooh. Now, so we've talked about all the cool compartments, which is my #1 thing with Oliver Thomas. That is the #1. You need it because everybody has so much stuff to carry. So on this one, well, we've added a couple extra ones, but what we didn't, with little fun things, what we didn't talk about on all of their bags, they have a customization spot where they have a ton of little patches and they are shipped directly. They're sticky and then you heat them up so they'll stay on, which seems to work great. And they have all kinds of pickleball ones. And this is so fun. Like, this is the part that makes you different from everybody else. So I love this. Okay, then you have your little zipper for your paddle, balls. I've got a charger in there. Got that zipper. Whoops, it's stuck. Oh, dang it.
The zippers are great.
Zippers are actually really smooth. And that's also what I like, sturdy. Okay, then we always have some type of drink. Sometimes it's champagne, sometimes it's a water bottle. Today it's my pink cool cup. But they also fit, which I really like. Then I have my zipper right in front, and that will carry, what do I have in here? My media pass, so you have everything handy. And usually I put my keys in here actually. So you have that front little zipper. This little media pass gets stuck on everything. What the heck? Anyway, and then my glasses in the back, easy access. And then if you have your credit card or your phone that you want to put in because you're afraid somebody's going to grab it, you just put it in this little secret pocket here, and it actually goes into the big section in your bag. I mean, how cool is that? So I usually put my credit card in here. Now,
Good to know.
what else?
Good to know.
I haven't even mentioned where I put my phone. So on this bag, I can put it right here. Easy access. Kind of like that. So it's really nice and sturdy. And then of course, when you throw your credit card in this little zipper, I'll show you where it goes. The big spot. And I usually put a sweatshirt in here. As you can see, I have one in here now. And then they also, all of them always have one of these bags attached so you don't lose it. I always put all my makeup here, and I always have lip gloss, and I always have chapstick for the sun, and sunscreen will go in here as well. So I don't know, checking out all the bags from Oliver Thomas. I love the cinch backpack if I'm going to go play league on a Wednesday night. I like this sling, the super sling, if I'm gonna be at a tournament just for the day and I need a couple extra things. There's just so many, and there's some bigger options as well. So you really need to get on their website, check it out. My favorite color is really the fuchsia pink in everything, and I love their customization. You have to get the patches and check them out on their website. There's a million of them. Follow us on Instagram. Make sure you get your Oliver Thomas bag.
Yeah. And of course, we have been using them for so many events. Every time we go somewhere, I'm using the cinch backpack in fuchsia pink.
Great product. They really have thought of everything. I am really impressed with all the compartments, the way they look, the cool stickers. I mean, they've got it all.
You know what they do, and the cool thing is the pickleball stickers are their patches, I guess, and they really do adhere great because you heat them up. But the cool thing is they have a bunch of pickleball ones. I mean, so even on the pickleball court, you're unique.
I love it.
I know.
Well, that was a lot of fun. Great review, Rebecca. Nicely done. Thanks for sharing that with everyone. And what a great podcast with Courtney. I think we will say our goodbyes and catch you next time. See ya.